Hello everybody, it's time for the December 2024 garden update. We finally had a freeze, so you can see the moonflowers have frozen back a little bit. Still got a little growth there on that one. The herb garden's kind of just hanging in there. I have begun to clean up the hollyhocks a little bit. The citronella's still doing just fine though, so it gets to stay. And then back in the corner, I have cleaned up the 4 o'clocks. The flower bed by the lean-to's not doing much. The spider lilies, however, have started growing. That's those long leaves up by the solar lights. Still got a little growth on the coleus plants, but they're looking pretty sad. Not much has changed with the ground covering. Just doing its thing. Of course, we hadn't needed the AC in a little while. But it's all stable. This Turk's cap is still here and growing just fine. Not a problem there. They made a lot of seed this year. I have cleaned up the flower bed by my workshop. The coleus plants that were previously here died off with the frost. The flower bed on the south side of the property is doing actually pretty well. The RO has made another run at things. Still have some coneflowers blooming. Then we get over here and see some of the frost damage. Be pulling those out pretty soon. The salvia is still looking pretty good. Looks like it's still trying to bloom a little bit. I've taken down this fire bush and covered it up for the winter. Garden's just about all cleaned up. Be getting ready to plant onions here in about a month. Then also cleaned up here in the main part of the garden. I'll be planting potatoes up here in 2025. My next project will be cutting down the asparagus plants. They're starting to yellow up, and when they look like that over there, I'll cut them down. So those will be first, and then I'll take care of these over here. This flower bed on the south side of the house is actually still looking pretty decent. I still plan to dig these rhizomes and bulbs out and replant them and thin them out so they'll have a better chance at thriving. What I like to do also in the winter time, free seed. I always crumble the seed. I don't throw those away. And these are still looking pretty nice here, these periwinkles. The tropicals are still blooming December 19th. But they are a little bit frost damaged. The yellow flower bed is still yellow. That's awesome. Things are still looking pretty decent in this flower bed at the front of the house. Just a touch of frost damage. Of course, Unimus bushes are still fine. This flower bed at the center of the front yard is still hanging on barely. Starting to get some frost damage here. So, be cleaning that up pretty soon. Let's take a look at the flower bed at the north side of the property. Needs a bit of cleanup, but we'll get it. Got some daffodils coming up maybe here and there. Iris are down there doing their thing. They'll start growing here in a couple months. But we hadn't got a frost over here on this side because of the canopy of the oak tree. Let's take a look at the lawn. It's pretty well dormant. The front lawn is still a bit green, but one good solid freeze, that'll be done. The south side of the lawn, still a little bit green. As you can see, we're almost to the shortest day of the year. This shadow cast from the other half is more than halfway across the yard. And this is December 19th, so after the 21st, it'll start going back south as the sun rises in the sky. Take a look at the backyard from this side. Overall, not too bad. A little bit of cleanup to do yet. And a look from this side. So once again, this is the December 2024 garden update. Next month, we'll get ready to plant onions and start preparing the garden. Buy the seeds, all kinds of good stuff coming up to start over a new year. So hopefully 2025 is going to be a good year. So once again, thanks for watching.